Islamic studies and Islamic issues and tafsir of Quran and these kind of things. Can you talk a bit about the type of courses you teach here, type of classes you have, and your methodology, the way you present the course material to the people here?
We cover the different classes of memorization of the Quran, tajweed, of course tafsir and hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the aqidah and fiqh issues, and women issues, and also general lectures pertaining to communal issues of the Muslims. The general approach that we use is try to focus on learning the Quran and its correct interpretation and the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the emphasis is really placed on those two sources.
Can you give us an example of some of the books you use in the teaching here, like Aqidah and Minhaj, these kind of books, an example of some of the books which you use?
Well, I've been teaching for some years now. We've covered quite a few books like the Usul Sunnah by Imam Ahmad, and the Sunnah the Prophet ﷺ died on by Imam Ahmad, and the characteristics of the believer from Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah by Imam Ahmad, and the Aqidah of Imam al-Bukhari from the book Sharh Usul al-I'tiqad by Imam al-Lalaka'i, the Aqidah of Sufyan ibn Uyayna, the Aqidah of Sahl ibn Abdullah Tustari. So many, but these are just to make a few.
Alhamdulillah. And I just want to talk a bit about your library here. MashaAllah, you have a really, it looks like thorough and complete library. Can you just talk about some of the books you have in your library? And do you think here in New Jersey that we'll find another comparable library to this?
Alhamdulillah, as we were mentioning earlier, that our shuyukh encourage us to purchase the books, and it's very important to have a library. I've been purchasing these books over the last 20 years now, alhamdulillah. Over here we have books of tafsir of Quran, and then the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ and the explanations, and the fiqh books, and the books on the Arabic language and eloquence, and the kutub al-rijal, the books that deal with the people in the chain of narrators. And then we have a lot of books from the modern day scholars as well, written on different subjects.
And I mean, we're talking on the subject of having knowledge about Islam. As far as being the Imam and being a leader of the community, how important is it for that person to have a knowledge of Islam, a proper understanding of Islam in the Arabic language, really to be someone to be considered the leader of a community?
As we know as Muslims that it's forbidden to speak without knowledge. So whoever is responsible for the religious knowledge of the Muslims has to be knowledgeable of what he's responsible in educating the Muslims to. Of course, if you ask me, say that we can't emphasize the importance of Islamic knowledge enough. And that's why I'm happy that I was honored with the opportunity to study Islam. Because one of the problems that we have as American Muslims is ignorance to Allah's book and the Sunnah of His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
And that brings me to another issue of unity. Many people talk about Muslim unity, and even when they talk about Muslim Americans, I get the question, why don't the Muslims in America come together? What are the issues facing unity of the Muslims in America, precluding, keeping Muslims from being unified?
Among the issues that keep us from uniting where there is division, although I should say initially that actually I believe that as Muslims we are united. That you go to many of the areas, you find that the Muslims in any particular area are united and in connection and working with each other. As far as the establishment of the 5 Salat and the Jumu'ah and coming together for that, and that the Muslims come together to establish the Muslim schools that are, alhamdulillah, in many of the different cities and states, and that the Muslims come together, that in every area where you have a group of Muslims, you find that you have Muslim businesses, restaurants, halal meat stores, clothing stores, and so on. We have our